Alright guys, so I've been wanting to do this video for a while. This might actually take me a couple days to throw together because I don't want to do this all in one sitting. Dark Viper AU. Some of y'all may know, I am not particularly fond of some of his takes on GTA. And for someone who complains as much as you're about to see, he really likes to no-life the game. This guy has, I think, as of now, he's got like 10,000 hours, something stupid like that in GTA Online. Thing is, I thought I used to know life the game, and I've got, let's see, the game's been out for almost 10 years, and I've got 3K hours, right? This guy has 10,000 hours, and I used to know life the game, and I've got probably 3K hours from all my different accounts from the 3 different platforms I've played it on. That is the kind of individual we will be reacting to today. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this show on the road, shall we?
Despite having over 8,000 hours of playtime in GTA 5, I actually only have around 100 hours of playtime in GTA Online. Some of you might question why that is, so this video is a compilation of a lot of the complaints I made about the game while I was attempting to complete the Doomsday Heist. Please be aware that these are just the complaints about the problems, not the resulting suffering that came from all those problems. There is of course endless footage of me dealing with mod menus and DDoSes and stupid options that exist in the game that will not make it into this video. The points are in chronological order, even though I think many of the best points are actually made near the end. I hope you enjoy this video more than I enjoy GTA Online.
Okay, I've watched this video multiple times, like well before I started making this video, even before I started getting footage for it. I had watched this video a few times over just to see what he was going to say. And, yeah, no. What he said there towards the end about how, the mod menus and the hackers are what he was going to leave out, some of the only valid points he was going to make, he intentionally left out. You guys are going to see what I mean when we start getting into his actual points, starting right about now.
Why did I kick you from the crew? Because Rockstar Games doesn't believe people can need more than 1,000 slots in their crew. And therefore, whenever I want to add people to the crew, specific people, I have to kick a lot of people to make room. And you can't even kick people from in the game. You have to go to a separate website, and you can't kick more than 20 people at a time. If I wanted to clear my crew, to add as many new people as possible, people who are actually here for the stream or whatever, it takes forever. A million years. There is no aspect of GTA Online that is not made intentionally as tedious as possible.
Wait a minute, let me get this straight, okay, Mr. Angry Australian Man-Child. Let me get this straight, okay? I know we're right off the bat, it's the first point. I shouldn't tear into him like this, but you guys are going to see why later. So, let me get this straight. You don't like the fact that you can't have more than 1,000 people in your crew? Well, come here, let me let you in on a little something, okay, Mr. Dark Viper AU. The people like you that have lives and play GTA Online very casually, that is horrible, okay? I'll tell you why. The tryhard issue, I know you probably don't deal with it because you know life the game, and all you do is Doomsday Heist or single player. That's all you do. You don't actually play the content within online, but you feel that you are entitled to tell us why GTA Online is bad and why it's never even been close to being good. You think you're entitled to say that to us, the people who actually play it. And you're right about things being tedious, and they feel that things should be as tedious as possible. Everyone knows this. That's nothing new. That's not some new revelation that you've just come up with. No, we've known about this for years. Let's get going, because I don't want this to be a multi-part, multiple-hour video.
Especially for content creators. I'm a CEO, guys! Yeah! Woo! This elation is obviously sarcastic, as I had to make myself CEO about 24 times before I finally finished the Doomsday Heist.
Alright, so let's touch up on this real quick. At the beginning of that last little segment, bad editing on my end. But he said, especially for content creators, nothing in the game is made to be more tedious for content creators. The game is equally as tedious for everyone. Rockstar doesn't hold a vendetta against you because you're a content creator with a following. Get that victim mentality out of here. Nobody cares, okay? We all have our own things we struggle with. So, first of all, that point is null and void. It's not because, oh, it's because I'm a content creator. I'm a content creator. It's no more tedious for me. You play on PC. Of course, there's a hacking issue, right? Which he's gonna talk about why he doesn't do death matches and stuff like that. But dude, you play on PC. Host it with just your community members. Do crew only things or friend only things, right? You don't have to play in public lobbies. No one's forcing you to play in a public lobby. And then he talks about how he's got to register as CEO. That's just the way they coded the game. And again, you say especially for content creators. Okay, but is it true? No, it's not. It's obviously not true that it's just because I'm a content creator. Get that out of here.
No, Touch, there's nothing I can do in online. Because I can't do any of the public stuff, and once I've done all the heists, there's nothing else to do. I can't just do death matches as I want to, because there's mod menus and DDoSes, man. While much of it is not shown here, I was kicked from the game by mod menus a dozen times. Literally hundreds of people tried to join my lobbies with mod menus. I was DDoSed half a dozen times, and this was eventually solved by methods I can't go into. But needless to say, that such methods are only required for GTA Online and no other game.
Okay, yeah, modders targeted you. You're a content creator, you're a large content creator at that, playing on PC, where modding on GTA Online is easy. It's very easy to mod GTA Online. Trust me, I would know. I've seen it done. People still mod, people still find ways to make their own mods for PS4, Xbox One. I've seen people do it on the new gen consoles. I've seen someone on an Xbox Series S start caging people and caking people. Okay? It happens. It happens to everyone. Yeah, it might happen to you more because you act like a man-child. They want your reaction because it's funny. It's funny when people troll you. You give everyone the reaction they're going for. If you stop reacting the way they want, they'll stop targeting you. And no, the method you're talking about, being a VPN, is not the only GTA is not the only game that is required, or that's required to play safely. Any older Call of Duty game on PC, that is a requirement to be safe on there. It is not a GTA specific issue. You're just an entitled man baby who thinks the world revolves around him, and that's just not true.
GTA Online is just too much of a pain in the ass to play to be worth playing it. Well, let's start the mission. Need other people. After, what was it, 7-8 years, whatever, Rockstar finally realized that their systems were garbage to the extent where their online game can't really support multiplayer play. So they enabled the most recent heist to be done solo, but the previous ones, that is not the case.
Okay, well, first of all, just because your experience has been bad does not mean GTA Online in a whole is terrible. You are the one who is choosing to stream it to thousands of people like your life depends on it, when there are other games you could play. Dude, there's other things you could do. But as of 2023, you have somewhere around 10,000 hours in the game. Why would you put yourself through that? If you hate the game that much, don't play it, and don't sit here and tell everyone else that they're wrong for enjoying it. Okay? GTA Online, while sure it is not the best game to exist, it is a good game. GTA Online is a good game. Hot take, I know. And this is not me sitting here and white knighting for Rockstar. Trust me, it's not. I don't like Rockstar. I hate what they did with Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is an amazing game and they killed it off for GTA. Of course, I know that's bad. But it doesn't mean GTA Online is not fun. You know, and your point about the heists, the game was set up for multiplayer. They had online plans since before launch. You know, when the game first came out, they waited a month to release online so people could play the campaign. Now, granted, was it buggy at launch? Yes, absolutely it was. However, that does not mean the game is trash. The game was trash then, sure, you could argue, but really, is it trash now? I don't think so. The game right now is better than it ever was back then. And just, we're gonna get to his next point here in a minute, because this one will make a few of you pretty mad.
Mod menus don't affect consoles, but consoles suck. Consoles run at like a max of 22 FPS currently. And you have to use a controller. Like, I've got a 3090 and a 5950X, I believe, still. So like, most powerful CPU, most powerful GPU, and for online I get like 90 FPS. In single player, smooth 140 all the fucking time. You can explode like the world, 140. In online, it's like massive FPS drops all the fucking time because it's awful. I'm sure the PS5 and Xbox Series X are a little bit better, but like being restricted to controller with much worse graphics. And it's a pain in the ass to play console games anyway because you need a capture card and shit. Like, why go to that effort for a game as mediocre as GT Online? You can connect keyboard and mouse to the Xbox. Is it supported though? I'm not sure they've actually added the keyboard and mouse support to the console version. Guys, when the hardware supports it, it's very different from the game supporting it. There's adapters and stuff, which I looked into at one point, but it's just not worth it. The game isn't good enough to go to that effort. It's possible with the next release, it will be supported. Like, I want to say, of course they're going to make it so it's supported, but you gotta say this is Rockstar Games. Like, what is logical isn't necessarily what they're going to do. Like, you want to say like, oh, but that will lead to balancing issues, like keyboard and mouse versus people with controllers and shit. But like, it's GT Online.
Okay guys, so right here, he says straight up, someone gave him the advice that I would have given him, right? You know, play on console. If you want to play GTA, you don't need a capture card. If you do it on PlayStation, you can stream it right off the console. But nah. He's like, I don't want to play on console. I need capture card. It's a pain. You know what? I'm an actual content creator. I'm not just some no-life degenerate man-child. I'm an actual content creator. I play games. I don't play GTA Online specifically. You know, this gameplay right here, I bet you don't know what this game is, so I'll tell you, it's Contractors. It's a game for the Meta Quest 2. I don't know if it's on the Quest 1, I ain't sure. But I play it on my Quest 2. It's fun. I have a lot of fun playing on my Quest 2, actually. And, you know, best thing is, I'm not just sitting here being a no-life degenerate, but you're sitting here saying that, oh, consoles suck, console versus mouse and keyboard, oh, well, there's balancing issues, it's just GTA Online, so it doesn't matter. Excuse me? If you actually knew what you were talking about, you would not be saying they should put console, or, controller with mouse and keyboard. You would not be saying that if you knew what you were talking about. And the reason I say this is because mouse and keyboard versus controller. It is widely regarded by everyone. Well, not everyone. The people that do it are scumbag degenerates. But it's widely regarded by most of the community that if you use a mouse and keyboard on a game that does not support it on console, you are a cheating loser. And I'm sorry about the gameplay quality here, y'all. I don't know what was going on with my OBS. OBS kind of sucks on my computer sometimes. So just, you're gonna have to deal with it. But, he's sitting here talking something about, you know, it's GTA Online. There's no balancing anyway. Sure, in terms of vehicles, but if you're playing controller versus controller, ground, no glitches, ARs only, that's a fair shot. But if you're talking, you know, same situation, but mouse and keyboard versus controller, mouse and keyboard's gonna win each and every time. So is that really something you want to do to the community? You know, the people that watch you, the people that give you money, the people that help keep a roof over your head? Is that something you want them to deal with and go through? Because it really seems like you don't care about anyone but yourself. You only care about the feelings of yourself, not anyone else. You don't care about the experience. You definitely don't care about how anyone else feels playing the game. You know, the guy who goes and works, you know, 10 hours laying down concrete or laying down bricks to build a house. You know, you don't care about them. You have no empathy for anyone like that. But boy, oh boy, if it's you who gets to sit in the basement 24/7 playing GTA 5, being a no-lifer in your mom's basement, and just sitting here complaining about the game that's making you money, find a different hobby, find a different game to play. Stop insulting your fan base. You're just a slightly skinnier Wings of Redemption. Like, what? You're literally just the skinnier Wings of Redemption.
Might have to start calling in my helicopter each time. Because having now done this drive 86,000 times, might have done it a few too many times. Like, here's the problem with GTA Online, okay? There is no challenge in this drive. There is no reason for this drive to exist, so why does it? When you're designing stuff to be enjoyable, you look at the parts that aren't enjoyable and you say to yourself, does this need to exist? And the answer in this case is clearly no. You got cutscenes, you got black screens, just be like your characters walk and then like a cutscene starts or like a black screen starts and you end up at the site that you need to be in. Done. No one is going to be like, actually, I was really keen to just drive randomly into the middle of the city for the 900,000th time, right? No one's going to say that. This is just bad game design. Of course, you can say, oh, but it's intentional to inspire people to buy shark cards. Yeah, but at the same time, it's still bad game design.
Okay. There is actually a sizable portion of the community that plays the game solely for the cars and for the driving aspect. You know, there's some people who like to drive their own vehicles on the missions to the mission location. And on top of that, Mr. Angry Australian Manchild, what you seem to forget is you can skip. It's called trip skip. Sure, it costs like, what, 10 grand, if that. It costs like 10 grand in game, which is literally pocket change. But you know, you're complaining about something saying it needs to be in the game when it already is. So what are you talking about? You know, like I said, some people enjoy driving their cars. You know, you grind up for a car. You want to see how it performs. You want to drive it around, show it off. You know, people grind for those. It takes a long time to get enough money for some of the cars in that game, legitimately. Now, judging by the fact that you have a little over 100 hours in online at the time you making this video, I'm gonna go ahead and just assume that you spent shark cards for that hypercar we see you driving there. I'm gonna assume you bought shark cards for it, because there ain't no way that you grinded for that. Because trust me, if you did, you would understand that it feels rewarding to drive a vehicle in GTA that you worked for, knowing you worked for it, knowing you had to go through whatever it was you had to go through for it. Whether that be business work, whether that be contact missions, VIP work, MC contracts, whatever, right? But knowing that you grinded for that, and it took you a while, it feels rewarding to be able to pull it out and drive it, right, from point A to point B. Even if it's a long drive, it's still rewarding. It's still rewarding the grind. I don't get him. I really don't get him. Because again, that's a big part of the community. That's probably a big part of your audience. So why are you insulting a big part of your audience? Or not insulting a big part of your audience, why you're saying they shouldn't be able to enjoy something that they worked for. You know, I bought a Quest 2 with money that I made from my job. Because, you know, I still live in the day and age where I have to go and work one of those for the stuff I want. You know, I live in the olden days where hard work will get you somewhere. Instead of sitting here complaining and begging for money while you're playing a video game that you hate. If you hate it so much, don't play it. Don't stream it. Find something better to do with your time than to make yourself miserable for money and for sympathy and for everything else. Like, find something better to do.
The IAA better pay us for
But we were 2 feet away from the end. Why not just let us finish the mission, Rockstar? We're 2 feet away. How do people defend GTA Online? I don't understand. Like, why do people play this game willingly? It's awful. They don't. A hell lot of people play this game. I don't understand. It just shows how there must not be any suitable replacement for this game because it's just awful. Every single basic thing in GTA Online is programmed to be as bad as possible. I don't want to do that mission again, dude. It sucked the first time. That was just boring as shit. 80% of it was going from one side of the map to the other side of the map, then back to the other side of the map. Like, the travel is 80% of the mission, or the heist in general. Just throwing it out there. I think it was designed specifically in a way that would inspire people to want to skip the setups, to inspire people to spend more money, to skip the tedium, to buy shark cards. Because that's the problem with a microtransaction-based game. The game is designed in a way to inspire people to buy those microtransactions. Things that might increase people's enjoyment and keep them playing the game, normally, with most games, would be really good. But for games like this, if they don't inspire microtransactions, chuck them. All the things I want to do, all the mini games and death matches and races and shit, that stuff doesn't get as much support. I suppose at least the newest DLC apparently puts something with races, I suppose. But how do they fuck up online so bad? I don't think they fucked it up. I think it's exactly what they intended to do. And it's just very bad. It boggles my mind that people respect Rockstar as a game company when they've produced something as bad as GTA Online.
Alright y'all, so I am just now realizing this will have to be a multi-part video, which I hate doing, but I'm willing to make an exception for you guys. So, let me crank this out into multiple points, because in that short segment there are multiple points he makes. Well, your teammate left, so that does suck, you know, it happens to the best of us, but they left, it failed the mission. Okay, I get it, you're a speedrunner, and you want to complete things as fast as you can, but you need to understand, when you have people from chat going with you, things like that are going to happen. It's bound to happen. Things like that, there's no stopping it. You know, eventually it's going to happen with me, because when I'm streaming on Twitch, I'm playing Paladins, I invite people from my chat to play with me. I invite them to play ranked with me, okay? And eventually it's going to bite me in the hind end, and they're going to end up throwing game. But I'm not going to say, you know, oh, the game is terrible because of the action of someone else. Oh, this and that, and make excuses. No, it was my choice to invite them. And I've met some great people by playing with my chat members, my followers, my fans. But I'm not going to go too far into that and make it about myself. Let's go to our next point, which is, how can anyone defend GTA Online? Here's why, or here's how. Because it's a fun game. You know, you say, oh, but the multiplayer or the freedom or whatever sucks this and sucks that. Bro, no one cares what your opinion is. Rockstar made a whole map for us to go and explore and have fun and roleplay. If you want to play the other game modes like you say you do, go play the other game modes. Nobody is stopping you. And you say, why do people defend Rockstar, or how do they defend Rockstar? Trust me, if you knew what you were talking about, you wouldn't have even said that. Do you even listen to the words that come out of your mouth? No one defends Rockstar. As far as I know, for the last, 3.5, 4, maybe even 5 years, people have just been slamming Rockstar for their bad decisions. And you think that we're defending Rockstar? When they killed Red Dead Online, we were livid about that one. Right? The whole community was mad about that. But we're defending Rockstar? No. You need a reality check, okay? Mr. Dark Viper at you. You need a reality check. No one's defending Rockstar. Nobody. We're calling Rockstar out for their BS. The Oppressor Mark II, when that came out, everyone lost their mind. Everyone was losing their mind. I remember, because I was playing before the Mark II came out. I remember when the Nightclub DLC came out. Me and a buddy of mine stayed up all night, because that was when Season 5 of Fortnite came out as well. We stayed up all night to play the new season of Fortnite and the new GTA update. And yeah, it was fun. It was really fun back then. But you just don't seem to understand that some people enjoy GTA Online for what it is. A free, like a open map, open world, kind of free roam, do whatever you want sandbox. That's all GTA really is. And the game modes are just on top of that. You know, go make some races, go on Social Club, play community-made races and death matches. Parkour death matches are ridiculously fun. And sure, you can argue that the pay sucks, and it does, it really does. But at the same time, it's fun. Don't do it for the money, don't do it for views, do it for fun. I do what I make content on things I have fun making content on. You know what I'm saying? I have fun playing Paladins. I have fun playing anything I play on stream. I try to have as much fun as possible. But you obviously don't, because you are a no-lifer who has 10,000 plus hours in GTA Online. Well, not GTA Online, GTA 5. You've got like 10,000 hours in that game. You had 8,000 at the time of you making that video. For those of you who don't understand, there is roughly 100, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but it's roughly 170 hours in a week. So let's say he plays for 100 hours a week. That is a lot. That is excessive. That would mean that he has played, yeah, let's say 100 hours a week, 10,000 hours. That's what? 52 weeks in a year, 100 weeks, so roughly 2 years. That's roughly 2 years straight of playing GTA. Now granted, that's probably not how all that time and stuff was split up. Sure, you can make that point, and that's probably true. That's probably not how it was all split up. But assuming that's how it was, in 2 years, he's played 10,000 hours on just GTA.